Hey there, it's Funny Wine Girl, Janine Luby. And if you have been checking out, listening to my podcast, Uncorked with Funny Wine Girl, you might have heard the most recent episode aired January 13th. I publish a new episode every Thursday. Sometimes I'll sneak in a bonus episode just because I want to have something extra out there. Tuesday, I had a little mini episode there. My friend Michelle was doing a tarot card reading, but actually in the podcast, we talked about tarot card readings and we talked about our background together performing improv and how much fun we had. And if you wanted to see the tarot card reading that she gave me, you have to visit the YouTube channel, which is where you're at now. If you're watching this, you're watching it on YouTube or you're watching a link on my Facebook page, Funny Wine Girl Janine. But what I want to show you right now is a little bit of a follow-up to the podcast that aired January 13th, which was with Christine Souza. She knows about wellness and better health. I think I had the name of it as, because I'm going after the olfactory nerve, whatever it is called, a nerve, or I think it's a nerve or cranial nerve, our olfactory, our sense of smell, because that's what a lot of essential oils is about. And that's what Christine talked about on my podcast. Christine is a wellness coach, and she also is I don't know the right word, if she's an independent distributor, or maybe that's not the right word, but she works with doTERRA, essential. Can you tell I've been having a little bit of a cocktail here? It's not wine, it's vodka and chocolate milk. Chocolate vodka and chocolate milk. She works with essential oils, doTERRA essential oils. So if you listen to the podcast, January 13th, Christine Souza, you'll hear about that, what she had to say about essential oils, how they've helped her, and she also offers some other tips. She is a wellness coach as well as having a day job. So she is a busy woman. She's in something related to payroll, a lot of numbers, a lot of math, something that I probably would not be good at and wouldn't enjoy, but she is good at it. And she also has this, she loves to help people get better. I shouldn't say get better, but be well. Be well. That is what we want to say. So essential oils is a way, one other outlet, a holistic way to incorporate something into your life to make you feel better, to help you with certain ailments or things that you're not feeling so well, different things. So what I wanted to share in this video, because you can listen to the podcast to hear Christine talk about that. She knows a lot more about essential oils than I do. I know a minimal amount. What I do know is that I love lavender. I grow it in the front yard, in the backyard. And I love, in the summertime, in the fall, I'll just go out, run my hands through it, and just sniff my hands every time. I said that on the podcast, and it makes me think of Mary Catherine Gallagher in Saturday Night Live, where she's sniffing her hands after they've been in her armpits. But we know lavender is much more pleasant than anything that's coming from our armpits. I love the smell of lavender. So in the past, I have bought essential oils that were lavender. I'll admit they weren't doTERRA. I think they were whatever brand I saw. And again, this is where you probably should be careful and check out what doTERRA and what Christine had to say. It makes a difference of the quality of the product and how it's made. I'll admit, in the past, when I would pick up essential oils, I had no idea, really. The one I think was from Bath & Body. Now, of course, Bath & Body is a household name, so I would hope and assume that they're good quality, but I don't know what the different levels are, the criteria, the different qualities, but I do know I love the smell of lavender, and I know that it's meant to be calming and peaceful. I even have lavender spray, linen spray for my bed that I put at night. I'll put it on my pillows and everything, and I love it. And I will tell you this much, for those of you who might be maybe new to this, or you just think, that's a bunch of hooey. I will tell you that there is something to this, and I only know a minimal amount about this, but with the lavender, I can tell you that it definitely has helped calm me. I would put it on a cotton ball, the essential oil lavender on a cotton ball. And I used to, years ago, I worked at Blue Cross, and I worked there 11 years, and I would travel from Scranton to Wilkes-Barre on 81, which is pretty heavy traffic. And it's not that it's a long distance, but it's the tractor trailers. There's tons of trucks, tons of people driving way too fast. So there's a lot of chaos going on, and it's a little bit stressful. But after that, I stopped working there in 2010. And then in 2013 or 14, I think it was 13, I started teaching part-time at King's College. So I didn't have to drive every day, but I still had to drive there, depending on the class I taught, 2 or 3 times a day. or excuse me, 2 or 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. But it was stressful. And I did find that if I put lavender oil on a cotton ball and I just had it in my car, which is nice because the smell then is in your car, but I would even keep it in a little, I would put it in a little tiny bag that I would, like a Ziploc, but small, that you kind of like a button bag, let's say, one of those tiny bags. And I'd put the cotton ball in there and close it. And I'd even keep it in my purse or whatever. But I would take it out sometimes when I was driving, and that smell while I was driving was nice. Or if I got particularly stressed out, like, cut off by a car or truck or whatever, like almost killed, almost taken off the road, I would pick it up and just smell it, and it always smelled nice. And that was a tip that I actually shared with my college students in speech class, because we would spend, the one chapter was all about relaxation techniques and how people can calm down before, they're about to give a presentation, or really anything in life that causes you stress, a stressful situation. Like, for the kids, the students, maybe it would be a very important test or a game that they were in if they were athletes, or maybe they had a radio show and they'd get nervous before it, or whatever it was. But one of the options that wasn't in the book that I was using, the textbook, I would share with them what I used when I was driving that caused me anxiety, to smell essential oils, because I said, hey, that made me feel calmer. So I suggested one thing they could use before getting up to present in class, to speak and give their speeches, excuse me, if they bought lavender oil and put it on a little cotton ball, just like I did. That's so easy to carry. They could put it in their backpack or their purse if, they carry a purse, whatever, and then just take a few whiffs and calm down. Or if you're not into that, I would tell them you can even, just the breathing alone helps to calm people down, but the lavender definitely helps. Big, long story to say I like lavender. And I've used a little bit of peppermint and eucalyptus, and those were kind of peppy, and I like that smell. But why I'm holding this paper, Christine Souza, who was my podcast guest, was kind enough to send me some really cool stuff to check it out. And I did not do my homework before interviewing her, before having the podcast conversation. So shame on me, but I'm going to talk to you about it now. That's why I'm making this video now. I'd like you to check out some of the cool stuff that she sent to me to sample her products. And I will do a follow-up afterwards. This one she had in mind because I am a runner, and Christine is into running as well. And this one's called Deep Blue Rub. It is a sample packet from doTERRA. And she says this one, she said maybe I could use it for, oh, here it is. It's for sore muscles. Try after a run, on shoulders, after a day of sitting on the computer. Or I can imagine one of the things, like if you're a runner, my calves get sore, my IT band, my hips, things like that. Shoulders, great thing, because a lot of times we sit hunched, we're at our computer, and I do a lot of work on my computer. So I'm sitting a lot, and I am typing a lot. So this one is called Deep Blue. It's for sore muscles. It's a rub, and I'm going to check that out. But that's one of the cool things she sent to me. A couple other samples. Here, let's see here. Lavender. I cannot wait to get into this. I do have a bottle of lavender oil upstairs. It is a different brand, but I love lavender. This one is called Aromatouch. And this, she says, is a massage blend used in the same manner as the Deep Blue Rub. You can use them together or individually. So that's a nice sample, Aromatouch, for my muscles, my sore aching muscles. My aching back. Oh, my aching back. And this is peppermint, which I'm a little familiar with peppermint as well, and I also like that. And she says this is for the next time you need to get motivated or energized. It's great for head tension and for digestion. Okay, so for digestion. And it's also safe for internal use. Try some in hot cocoa or brownies. So if you listen to the podcast, Christine talked about that as well. Like some of them you can put into water or whatever, different things that you can actually ingest and drink or have in food, so you don't have to just rub them on. Again, that's where it's important for you to understand and look into the quality and check out what Christine has to say with doTERRA. The plants that are used to make their oils. It's all of that stuff is important. So think about that if you're picking up oils just, at some random shop. You want to make sure it's good quality stuff. I'm not I'm not a distributor for any particular brand, and I'm not supporting any particular brand, but I do support what Christine had to say. And, I mean, she's knowledgeable. So even if you just go to visit her website, or just go to check out doTERRA and then reach out to Christine, she can explain all of that. But just think about it. Anything you're putting on your skin or ingesting, obviously you want to make sure it's good quality, because you want the best outcome for yourself, for your health and your wellness. So you want to make sure you don't want to put crap inside your body, right? Or on top of your skin. The skin is the most important, the largest organ in the body. We've got to take care of it. So this one's Peppermint. She gave me this sample. And this is really cool. I'm excited about this. A girl after my own heart, because she knows, funny wine girl, I like wine. And she found this really cool thing she sent to me. These are little recipes where you can mix different oils together to create like a roll-on. And so she sent me 3 of them. So cool. So this is the first one we'll take a look at. Oh, this one's called Hangover Helper. This one I probably could have used more in my 20s and 30s, although I don't tend to get hangovers so much anymore. Sometimes I do drink too much wine. I guess it would be a wine hangover, like a headache, very dry mouth. But this one is called Hangover Helper, and it says rub it over your liver, everything will be okay. So I don't know how familiar. I didn't know until I became a standardized patient at the medical college where all my organs were located, but your liver is on the right side of your body. It's tucked up underneath here, underneath the breastbone here, and then it's near the gallbladder. And this one is made up of the oils that are in the Hangover Helper are 5 drops of lemon, 5 drops of grapefruit, and 2 drops of metabolic blend. So that's kind of cool. I will have to use this because this morning I woke up. I did have red wine last night with my dad. It was an Australian Shiraz by Traveling Vineyard called Hot Ticket. I thought, hey, it's a cold night. Hot Ticket sounds great to me. And I'm also, oh, by the way, I am an independent wine guide for Traveling Vineyard. So if you ever need wine and you want to check out some new stuff, reach out to me. I can hook you up with that. But I could have used this morning. I thought, I think I had a little too much Shiraz last night. Okay, I'm going a little crazy here, but ooh, I like that though. I think what I'm probably loving is the lemon, but the grapefruit too. I'm a big fan of citrus, like perfumes that have a nice clean smell, and I love citrusy kind of smells. Oh, I like that. I really like this. So to rub on the liver or over the liver, you can't rub it directly on the liver, obviously, because you don't want to slice into yourself, but the liver's over here, so I'll have to try that out. The other second, she sent me 3 of these roll-ons that are made up of different essential oils. This one is called Sangria. And this one, it says, here's the happiest drink in town. Uplift your mood with this roller. So this is, here we go with the citrus again, which I love. 2 drops of lime, 2 drops of lemon, 2 drops of orange, 2 drops of grapefruit, and 2 drops of grounding blend. So let's take this. This one I really should keep, honestly, near my laptop, because I will tell you, I don't know, for any of you who've been listening to my podcast, in September I did a huge celebration of fabulous 50s, women in their 50s. I turned 50 in September, but I will say over the past few years, I attribute it to age and hormones, because the body is changing. With my hormones, some days, I can go from being so excited, like something good happens. I made a good professional stride. I'm doing some good work with my marketing clients, and I can be up here, and then I can be down here pretty quickly. I'm like, like not feeling as motivated or whatever. My moods are kind of a little bit wonky these days, so this would be good to keep by my laptop when I'm feeling wonky, so I can get back into my creative frame of mind and excited to be doing all the things that I'm doing, which I usually am feeling that way. But sometimes I get low, and it happens quickly. It doesn't last long, but it happens. Now that's interesting. I actually could smell more citrus with the Hangover Helper, but this one has more stuff in it. So I'm not picking up the citrus as much, but I do like it. I'll have to try that. I do feel like I'm a little bit stuffed up too. I've been dealing with sinus issues. I feel like I've been dealing with them since October. Kind of feeling stuffed up, which is pretty much every day. Could be the house, could be, I don't know, the change in seasons. Hopefully I'll get over that soon. And I've been thinking of doing, I have a neti pot where you pour the saline, like water in your nose. I never do it properly, but it usually manages to get in there somehow. That or a nasal spray, because I've been congested a while and I've just been kind of putting up with it. I should probably change that so I can smell these great items better. Okay, and the last one is called Mulled Wine. I did take a sniff of this before and I do really like it. This one is, it says Mulled Wine. This one keeps you happy and healthy. So another one that would be great to keep by my laptop, because that's where I spend most of the day. This one is 4 drops of orange, 3 drops of cinnamon, and 3 drops of clove. Ooh, the clove. The clove and cinnamon is probably what I really connected with before. I was smelling this before I started recording. Yeah. I do like the clove and cinnamon. That's just, oh my gosh, I think of like apple pie and stuff when it's in there. It's like, oh, it's so good. And it goes with a lovely white wine, Gewürztraminer, especially Traveling Vineyard has one called La Screaming Goat. And it really has a nice spice flavor to it. So it goes real well with things like cinnamon and clove. But this is nice. Like, again, I said, I'm a little stuffed up, so I don't think I'm getting the full smell, the full aroma, unfortunately, but it is nice. I like that. I would say the one that I just couldn't smell too well was the Sangria, so I'll have to try that when my nose opens up more. But I definitely could smell the citrus with this Hangover Helper, and the Mulled Wine, I do like the spice to that. So I will keep you posted when I try out the rub, what's it called, blue rub? The deep blue rub. I'm one of these people, I love getting stuff. When she sent me this package, I was like, oh my God, I got mail. This is so cool. And it's so sweet of her to do this. But I also tend to like to hold on to things. Like I like to hold on to gift cards for several months before I use them. And my one friend, Stephanie, had given me this, oh my gosh, I forget the name of the company, Patchology. I forget. People love them. And they've been the deals of the day with Tori on Good Morning America. But like, it's a foot rub or foot peel, excuse me. And you soak your foot in, and then it kind of like, it exfoliates the bottom of your foot. I had that. I have 2 of them. I had the first one, and the first one I just used over the holidays. I soaked my feet in it, but I had that for over 2 years. And then I forgot when she gave me the second one, maybe last year or whatever. So I have that. So my point being, I tend to hold on to things because I'm saving them. Like, so this deep blue rub, I'm thinking, well, I've only been running 2 miles here, 3 miles there, nothing great. I do have a 10K coming up. Maybe when I get home after that, if I'm sore, I'll break into that. Maybe I'll make a point of that. I'll have to make a note of that because I might forget otherwise. The lavender, I just love. I've been using my lavender linen spray on my bed, and I just love that on my pillows, on my sheets. I love the smell of lavender, and I can't get enough of it. And let me tell you, it grows pretty easily because I am not a green thumb. So if you like that to have around the house, you won't get, unless you have a ton of it. It's not like I'm sitting out on my porch or my deck and I'm like really getting a whiff of it. But I'm telling you, I literally just go out and run my fingers over the flowers, and I love the smell of lavender, and it really does kind of calm me, which is a lovely thing. So I do believe in this stuff. I think you have to take the time to learn, read up on it, reach out to Christine, because if you do want to learn, you do a little research first before you start spending money or trying anything out, and see what's right for you, see what works for you. I know with this booklet, Christine sent me an A to Z guide, so I have to read this over because I did not go through and read it all. But there's, I just looked, my eye went right to jasmine, and it says jasmine is for anxiety, depression, dry skin, exhaustion, hormonal imbalance, low libido, perfume, and pink eye. Oh my gosh. So my eye was drawn to jasmine, and maybe that's what I should be looking into, because hormonal balance is something I certainly need. Calming, I can use a calming effect for anxiety and sometimes with depression. So maybe my eye went to that for a reason. But anyway, this A to Z guide, I'm sure if you talk to Christine, she might be able to send you a sample or something and learn about it from here. There's all sorts of things that essential oils can help with. But again, like I said, I don't know a ton about it. So look to the people who know. doTERRA is one source. There are many sources out there. And Christine Souza. Make sure you listen to the podcast if you haven't. And if you already have listened to the podcast and you're checking this out, then maybe just send her a message or do a little research on your own. And I hope that you have a good experience no matter what you do, and uncork some better healthy habits for yourself in the new year, and keep doing them if you can. Just do your best, because we're all trying our best to do. Don't take on too much. Just take on some little steps that will help you feel good.